and then going to it to see if I come through, because I don't want that shit happening again. So last time, 2 weeks ago, uh, you were going to kill a child and you were looking around for it. And in the meantime, you stumbled upon a nice little spa and heard what sounded like somebody doing stretches in the other room.
Oh, there was a spa. Remember this part?
I was gonna say I don't recognize this map.
What about there? Does that help?
I mean, I can see the room. I just the entire map. I don't recognize it. So
Yeah, I don't recognize this room. I thought we were in like the foyer.
I thought we were in the nursery last.
You were in the nursery and then you went to the foyer and then you went to uh, search for the bab, which ended up
It,
in this direction.
it,
Ah,
it
okay.
was
Cool.
mentioned as a side note. I don't think we were put on this map, though.
Gotcha. We probably went in anyway. Also, beer back.
And you've got a nice little room with some pillars and some seating and a singular table in the middle. And then on the far side, I don't know if there's a name for the stand that statues are on. And then the entire statue is just crumbled to pieces over it. Based on the looks of it, there was probably um, like wooden shelving at some point in here to actually hold your clothes and shit. But that's definitely long gone. I've never thought about it before, but how long do you think it takes for clothing to rot completely away?
It's gonna depend on how exposed it is.
Also depends on the material.
Well, let's just say cotton.
Like sitting out in the sun, I guess.
In this case, it'd be sitting indoors, so it would have some protection at least.
Was it in a damp area?
Yes, because it's in a spa.
I feel like it wouldn't last very long.
It's probably also moths around.
I'd say maybe a year or two.
Textiles can take up to 200 plus years to decompose in landfills. That's surprising. Other materials like leather take 25 to 40 years. "100% organic cotton can take anywhere between a week to 5 months to completely ...
Yep, Kuka was on the dot with that.
I said a year or two. No, Abner
Or,
was on the dot saying
oh, it was
5
Abner?
months.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, it's the polyester that takes 200 years. That makes sense.
Yep. It's part plastic.
Yeah, that bitch is not gonna break down for any reason.
What is denim made out of to where it's like the third most decaying one?
I get the type of wool.
Cotton twill fabric.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Woven with an indigo, gray, or mottled white yarn.
So it's just like more tightly packed.
It's got diagonal ribbing in the weave, apparently.
So if they had polyester and best case scenario, um, maybe there would still be some pieces of it around, but probably not. I can guarantee if they're just now figuring out guns, they definitely have not figured out polyester yet.
In 1941, so it was like right before World War II.
It was whenever plastics took off, wasn't it?
A group of British scientists applied Carruthers' work in 1941 and created the first commercial polyester fiber in 1941 called Terylene. So I think the most sturdy thing they'd have is the leather.
Unless they're wearing like fucking metal infused golden pantaloons.
Or like magic pantaloons, I guess.
I don't know how strong nylon is, but nylon's existed for a while.
Nylon's 30 to 40 years.
Well, there's definitely no clothing left now, and if there was, it would have a +1 rune on it.
Yeah, nylon was 1935, so just before polyester.
Parachute material.
Parachute pants.
I mean, I guess if you had a large enough pair of parachute pants, you could jump out of a plane with them.
We gonna get our hands on MC Escher pants?
I don't know.
Like they turned the stairs?
Multiple staircases. Buy a new Escher pants. They can produce multiple staircases in various different directions. Yours for only 2,000 gold pieces.
It'll also tear you asunder.
I have this vague feeling like stair pants, MC Escher pants, would be useful like out in the wilderness where it's like hilly and mountainous, but not really anywhere else.
So, oh my god, the fucking Kojima game. You
Death
have some
Stranding.
Death Stranding pants.
You
What's
carry a baby?
it lets you deliver mail faster?
You can go straight up the mountains in that game.
You can do the fucking goat thing of walking at a 92-degree angle.
Yeah. In Death Stranding, everything gets outclassed by zip lines and roads.
The one time I actually watched somebody playing the game, they were just setting up zipline networks.
Yeah, because as long as everything that you want to carry can fit onto you and a single little trolley thing, you can zip line to do anything, and it's faster than anything else.
I saw someone carrying a huge stack of things, and then they tripped and it all fell in the river and washed away.
Yeah.
And he looked distressed. But like, I didn't know you could trip in this game. What the fuck?
Yep.
Tripping's a main
The
mechanic.
yeah.
What kind of game lets you trip?
Super
Smash
Smash
Brothers
Brothers
Brawl.
Brawl.
Well, that's natural because it's like a fighting game, right?
No. I think that's like one of the few, maybe like handful fighting games that has a tripping mechanic. I don't think any other major platform fighter ever
I
has a
mean,
tripping
like,
mechanic.
every fighter can trip. They literally
Yeah,
sweep legs.
yeah, tripping
Oh,
as
you mean
distinct from
slipping?
randomized tripping that happens just from moving.
Yeah,
Oh,
tripping when
yeah, yeah.
running.
Why is that a thing that happens?
Yeah, that was only
It's so
Because
Brawl.
weird.
Sakurai thought it'd be fun, I guess. Question
I mean,
mark.
that's hilarious.
I think he meant to.
Sakurai is being a troll. He's like, "Fuck you guys, you're ruining the spirit of this game."
Here, every now and then you'll trip.
No, the reason he fucking probably did that was to just nerf everyone even harder and make Meta Knight even more fucking broken.
Well, Meta Knight's in the air, and you can't trip in the air.
Exactly. Like, just everyone gets the extra nerf of having to fucking trip on the ground, and Meta Knight's just like, woo!
Suffice it to say, uh, when Brawl was created, tripping was a thing, and it was widely regarded as a very bad move.
Meanwhile, in Death Stranding, tripping is a core mechanic, and you have to watch like where your feet are going on what type of ground and the load you're
Yeah,
carrying, what direction it's going in.
there are ways to mitigate it. Like you can get the all-terrain skeleton, and that helps your balance quite a bit, especially when you're trying to move through snow. Um, there's also other exoskeletons that increase your power so that you can just balance while carrying like 300 kilograms of stuff on you. But even with all that stuff, if it's just too high, like you can carry like 10 boxes on your back vertically, something like that. And if it just makes the center of gravity too high, so like you sway slightly, and all of a sudden he starts doing like this stumble walk. And if you don't hold down the left and right triggers and stabilize, you fall, and everything goes off your back, and it takes damage. It makes you sad.
A Mario Party game.
If only the entire game is around this mechanic, though, going around and delivering things while dealing with the terrain.
And Ghosts, I guess. I don't know. I haven't played it, so.
Yeah, Ghost, sorta.
There are ghosts in this game where rain makes you age.
Yes.
Neat. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
that baby thing you carry is.
The beach that makes you old.
Yeah, the baby detects the ghosts.
Okay, that's what the baby's for.
Yes, because the baby is put in between a life and death state. That's how it detects the ghosts, but is able to communicate with you that the ghosts are there.
Does it talk with you like telepathically?
No, it cries.
Oh, well, okay. Just regular baby things.
Yeah, it whimpers and moans, and when you're actually under attack, it starts crying.
Now, if any of this sounds really fucking stupid, it's because it's a Kojima game.
Yeah, the entire thing sounds really unfun.
Like it's engaging, but it's also really fucking annoying.
It's
Um,
political commentary first and a game second.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That sounds Kojima.
I mean,
But
like
Metal Gear
that's.
Solid has been really fucking
I was
rad.
gonna say, yeah, like the Metal Gear games have been quote unquote political, but they always had a very strong gameplay element to them.
I've never played any of them, but like everyone I've heard who are fans and like people who just kind of play like, oh, this is not just a solid game. When you like the first one's a stealth one, the second ones have been like more FPS plus stealth, and
Well,
there are
the
different mechanics, and then suddenly there's Revengeance, and it's like a completely different game.
well, Revengeance was made by Platinum Games,
That makes
so
sense.
yeah, totally different dev. But yeah, the first Metal Gear Solid was more stealth oriented, and then they added first person mode in the second game onward, so it was a lot more viable to actually just precision headshot people with the trank gun and then just walk through the rooms while everybody was asleep.
Yeah, and I think the third game was much more survival.
Well, they added a bunch of survival elements, but it was still very much you went into first person mode, trank shot everybody in the head, unless you're like super skilled with knowing exactly how far vision cones go and stuff.
And then 4 is just a cutscene.
Four was the one he was didn't want to make, so he's like, "Fuck you! You get more cutscene bullshit than all the
You
other
get to
games."
watch
4 has an entire section that is just Snatcher.
You talking
Snatcher.
about Paris or the
Whenever he's meeting with Big Mama.
yeah, that place. I was gonna say the entire where you walk around with the mask on, trying not to
In a
get
trench
too
coat, yeah.
close. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like the series hit its peak with three, and two, despite all the drama surrounding its release, is probably stronger in my opinion than most of the other games.
And this was buying time for Arson by talking about Kojima games.
Revengeance is great.
I tried to play Revengeance, but I don't think I was in the mood for the the beat 'em up platformer ish gameplay style that it was going for.
Oh yeah, no, it's very much a you have to be in a mood to play it because if you're not in the mood to fucking just do that, it's gonna be like this is stupid.
It looks funny. I kind of want to see.
Nanomachine, son.
It's
Yeah.
very edgy.
There's so many memes. And he goes into a Jack the Ripper mode. Like, okay.
It both takes
Doctor,
itself seriously and does not take itself seriously.
Doctor, turn off my pain inhibitors.
It kind of makes me think of Yakuza with the tonal issues.
Is it the one where sometimes they're suddenly an RPG and they summon other members?
So well, Yakuza 7 or Like a
Mhm.
Dragon as it is in the West. That one is Dragon Quest, but with the like the Yakuza Mafia, sort of. But tonally speaking, you have this very serious mainline plot in the games where it's like I was betrayed after I did this thing, and now I got to get revenge, or I got to save this girl, blah blah blah. And the Yakuza kidnapped her to make me do something that they want me to do because only I can do it because I'm the Dragon of Dojima or whatever. And then all the side quests are like, you know, there's a random dude who's down in just his tidy whitey briefs. I can't remember exactly his name. Was it like Mister Lust, Mister Thrusty, something like that? And he does this weird dance, and then he recommends that you go to the video store to watch some softcore porn, and that's a side quest in Yakuza 0. And then there's a bunch of side mini games like go slot car racing.
And Tiger Dropkick negates all damage.
Yeah, so like this is not to say that it's a bad thing. Um, and I think by compartmentalizing it, that's how they try to go for the best of both worlds, so to speak. It'd be much harder to maintain that sense of humor with the dramatic crime plot lines that they go for.
The weird part about Revengeance is that it's kind of tied to 4 because Raiden was also a cyborg in that one. and then his entire plot arc gets fixed in that game, and he gets to meet with his wife and child in his non-cyborg body for the first time. And then Revengeance just kind of happens and says, "Hey, you're in Android again because reasons."
Android or Cyborg?
Uh, Cyborg.
Cyborg.
It's like
Oh,
everything but his head or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Everything but
they recyborged him.
everything from the jaw upwards. Yeah, that's it, Abner.
Yeah, it's
That's his dance.
I fucking love Revengeance and its fucking ridiculous plot, and then the characters are also fun, and the fucking music's also great.
It does have really good music, and the swordplay is kind of fun. The
The fact that
story,
you
I'm
could
not very
slice
far in.
almost anything is a really fun mechanic to me.
Yeah, slice almost anything, run on missiles flying at you. It's
Oh, that
absurd.
just sounds fun. That just sounds like a good time. If you're in the mood for
Is
solution, you know, I always am usually.
the breakdancing with the cow mechs in Revengeance, or is that in 4?
That's in 4.
You do get like a staff made out of hands and Revengeance that gives you kind of some breakdancey moves.
Well, in this one,
Staff mail
it's
hand.
yes. In
I'm
4,
sorry.
he's fighting the big mech things that are like the size of a building or something
The
like that,
geckos.
and they send out their little tendrils to grab onto his legs. So he just hops on his arms and starts breakdancing with them by their strings and flings them
Yeah,
around.
that was when he was fighting Vamp.
Interesting.
Vamp is a member of Dead Cell.
He's he's a vampire, but he's not called Vamp because he's a vampire.
It's because he's bisexual.
I've heard of this character.
Metal Gear Solid 2 was weird.
There's an entire part in 4 where it's Raiden fighting Vamp, but then you're assisting, and there's like a story dump of Otacon's girlfriend cheating on him with Vance or something like that. And then at the end, the plot arc resolve is that, oh, well, you killed Vamp now, and I have giga cancer or something like that, so I'm
Oh,
just gonna kill
Naomi, that's who
myself.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
Naomi was suppressing her disease with nanomachines, just like Vamp was suppressing his deadness with nanomachines.
I love
Oh, was
that.
nanomachines like the answer to all?
Yes.
Yes,
Neat. I
Metal Gear
love it.
Solid 4 made nanomachines the answer to everything, and that's they also came back with us Senator Armstrong in Metal Gear Solid in Metal Gear Revengeance.
Yep. Nanomachines suppress your emotions, and when they get turned off, everybody cries from the PTSD that got repressed.
Oh man, I wonder if
Nanomachines,
that's an analog to something in the real world.
they harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack.
Snake's the only one that's immune because he's the only one that doesn't use the nanomachines for that purpose.
I also want to point out a very important thing that I'll play on the fucking music thing. There it is. So originally, whenever the game was going to end, the title screen was going to be the final cutscene, because something about Snake hyper aging, and then his job is done, so he's just going to go die instead.
Yeah, he wanted to be an hero.
So this cutscene, or this title screen right here, was supposed to be the ending, but then everybody on the dev team was like, "No, we can't end it like that. I love him." So Kojima's like, "Okay, we'll write an entire thing describing everything at the end, and it's going to be terrible."
final fight between fucking Solid Snake and uh
Ooh.
Liquid Ocelot was the most homosexual thing.
But they're brothers. How can it be homosexual?
I thought Ocelot was actually gay.
I was gonna say, Dub, I don't know if I follow you on that logic.
I
You
don't
can,
know.
you can be brothers and gay, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't be homosexual and incestuous. Like, what's the contradiction?
No, it's just brothers being brothers, dude. It's normal.
Yeah, bros. Not
I think
bros.
Balls don't touch.
I think Liquid is just like I think he's a step above incest.
So, I mean, I'm also sitting here thinking about this from like the ship of Theseus angle. You know, like how much of your body do you have to replace before you quote unquote become liquid?
Apparently,
Wait, they're
just the
both
arm.
liquid?
I was gonna say, like, didn't they say that Ocelot subjected himself to like
Self
hypnosis or
hypnosis,
some,
yes.
yeah, some bullshit like that to make it seem like that was the case? I'm like, why? Like, what is the point of faking that?
I wonder if they'll actually press the start button with perfect timing on this.
What is he gonna pull Persona 3?
No, they did not. In the actual cutscene, he puts the gun in his mouth, and then you hear a gunshot, and then it goes to a different scene. And coincidentally, I think in every Metal Gear Solid game, whenever you press the start button, it does a gunshot. Maybe not 5,
Oh,
because 5 has a weird start.
5 is just let's make Peace Walker with a budget.
If 4 was the game that Kojima did not want to make, 5 was beating the dead horse.
is that a
Yeah.
mechanic?
You can fault on the dead horse.
Was there one of the special ops member named Dead Horse?
It could probably be one of the randomly generated mercenary names that you
Probably.
could get. I will say that I do think that the original intended ending for 4 probably would have been better, as painful as it would be.
Especially since immediately after, or immediately before that, immediately after, one of the two, uh, the small child is like, where's Uncle Snake? And then he says, well, he's had a hard time, and he's gonna go on vacation while he starts crying. She's like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean the deliberate fake out just kind of cheapened the entire ending. Also, this stream is spoilers for Metal Gear, the entire series.
Oh, I didn't realize we were fucking streaming.
Yes.
It's okay. Maybe the audio cut out for everyone, so well, it'd just be dumb being cut out.
Just mysterious nanomachine interference, I guess.
It's okay
Yeah.
because there's so much fucking bullshit in Metal Gear that we could potentially be just saying garbage and nobody would know that it's actually true.
This character could be a Bayonetta character, could be a Final Fantasy character, but this is a Metal
Mistral.
Gear. This is a Metal Gear character.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Mistral, she fucking I don't even know how to describe the fucking cutscene where she
I
gets
was
all
gonna
those
say
arms.
she
Her
must
name's
be
like
from Revengeance.
yeah, she's what like Screaming Octopus. I think her name was maybe.
Yeah, I
No,
think
that
it's
Sure.
was in 4 where they fucking made the weird women
Yeah, the Beauty
part
and the
of,
Beast unit.
and they were
all the women were victimized in some shape or fashion, and that
And
made
they
them
were
crazy
fucking.
war.
They took on the persona of some other person that existed before.
Two
So
two
weird.
people, remember? Like
It's
we
weird,
had
stupid bullshit.
combined. Yeah.
I mean, the fucking Mistral was a I think she was a fucking child soldier or something from France.
I mean, all of them had. I don't want to say pointlessly tragic, but that was the first thing that came to mind when I was trying to describe it.
Honestly, no. Like, even Mistral doesn't treat her backstory as tragic. None of the bosses in Revengeance really treat themselves as tragic or victims or anything. In fact, Sundowner's all like, I don't fucking care. I'm fine with brainwashing kids into being child soldiers. They're
Oh,
cruel.
we were talking about Revengeance. I was talking about 4.
Oh, I was talking about Revengeance.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Revengeance. So
Oh,
other than those Armstrong memes,
I fucking love Revengeance.
word. Jetstream Sam.
Look, people say that he's a deep character. I say that he's just proof that Brazilians can double jump.
Whoa. Are you saying they're not acrobatic?
Both.
Damn.
Okay, well, it's been 45 minutes of buying time, so
How much of that was spent talking about Metal Gear Solid?
a lot.
I mean, I'm okay with that, honestly. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
Stop that blade.
Sorry, it's the size of a building.
I fucking love it. I love anime shit like this.
Pick up that can.
I guess, shall we begin? Going
Well,
to Zoo Marston has died.
you have heard noises of somebody in the other room. That's about it.
In this room?
In the adjoining room.
Hmm. I suppose we'll have to make sure that's not a thing.
We'll
Yep,
have to make
pulls
sure we
out.
kill that.
Yeah, pulls out the cocker. Maybe it's her. I doubt it.
I hate
Did
this
we
GIF,
already?
by the way, because it stops right before it shows his face being completely pissed and then saying, "You're fucking insane!"
Oh yeah, no, this GIF fucking disappoints me. I love that. That's such a funny scene.
And then he throws him, and then he looks side to side comically like a fucking Bugs Bunny character, and then
And then
looks
looks
between his
between his
legs.
legs.
This is deceptive editing. I've been fooled.
Pull out the cocker. Kakara. I was like, well, let's go
Do I,
check out. I don't think it's a ghost. Probably
I was
not
gonna
a
say, do I
ghost.
feel any spooky tingles on my finger?
You do.
There is a
Might be a
ghost.
ghost.
There
All
is a
right.
ghost.
Which flavor of stick weapon am I gonna pull out for this? Ghost? Kakara. Undead? Halberd.
I think the child is a ghost, so
The guy. No, she's solid. She changes her head. We were just
Let
talking
me
about you.
let
Yes,
me
I made.
confirm. We spent 45 minutes talking about Kojima games.
Funny
Vamp.
enough, that's called vamping. Yeah.
I fixed the hard drive, or not the hard drive, the computer. It
You
it
did it.
boosts. We had a mishap where someone had connected the pins for the front panel and the power switch to a USB pin system, so nothing happening.
Mobo pinboard connections are some of the worst shit ever. Like, get it together, computer designers.
We gave you a manual.
Yeah, and then it's like you have to plug in the one singular pins at the time, and then that shit's like my fingers are too fat.
That sounds like a skill issue.
I'm
How
always
dare
just
you.
scared whenever I press down on it, because I feel like the tiniest amount of pressing down is going to crack the entire circuit board in half.
They fucking theorized that the reason my brother's computer wasn't working the other day was because fucking a small bit of static electricity from, I don't know, rubbing my feet on the carpet or something, which was like in the other room, uh, caused something to possibly fry.
That's why
I
you're
mean,
supposed to.
static electricity is just what people say when they don't know what the fuck's wrong.
It's why you're supposed to touch the side of the case before you touch the stuff, so the static goes into the metal of the case.
Yep.
Superhero static shock. Whoop whoop.
I miss Static Shock.
I mean, I
Didn't
wish I could
they-
fly around on the sewer lid. Manhole
They
cover.
actually
Metal cover.
make an older version of him in something at some
They
point?
did Justice League. They went to the future, and he's one of the most powerful heroes. But also in regular Static Shock, they went to the future and met himself.
What is it with the electric heroes always being the strongest ones?
Because everything in the world is technically electricity, even fucking
Yeah.
Magnets,
atoms.
son. How do they fucking work?
Yeah, that's why like Magneto eventually was like, "Why the fuck could I not control wood? Everything is connected by electromagnetism."
No,
Well, he.
Reed Richardson defeated him with the fucking wooden gun, don't you
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
later on he's like, "What the fuck? I was so stupid. I'm a scientist. I should know this."
And it's
His
like, isn't it
coconut
later
gun?
can fire in spurts? If he shoots you, he can fire in spurts. Is that where you're going with this stuff?
Yes.
His coconut gun.
Funnily enough, I think coconuts are high in iron.
I was gonna say, isn't there like a version of Magneto where he's like, wait, I can just pull all the iron out of people's blood and
Yes.
dismember them?
Yeah.
Isn't that just Metallica from fucking JoJo?
Well, that's worse because Metallica turns your blood into like razors and pins. And I'm like, how are you not dead? How are you not fucking dead? There is razors inside your veins.
Not only that, there's only like a few fucking grams of iron in the body.
Yeah, they say like, oh, your blood turns orange when it lacks iron.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
they're
you're
not
dead.
wrong. The iron in the blood is what causes it to be red.
Yeah, but at that point, like, you're fucking dead. It's
Are you
you
saying
made a
that?
scissor in your throat.
Are you saying that my blood is actually just hot sauce when there's no iron?
Sunny
Sweet
D.
teriyaki.
I think you should put some iron supplements in your hot sauce then.
Ah, shit. Now I want teriyaki.
Yeah, I was gonna say I cooked some stir fried teriyaki. So
Oh my gosh, delicious.
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm making you jelly.
I'm
Wah.
Teriyaki
gonna
isn't
kill this
jelly.
ghost in response.
Oh yeah, I checked. The small child is not a ghost. They are corporeal.
Yeah. I mean, they changed skulls, so I
Yeah.
assume.
So the spooky tingle is something else then.
Does it only pick up spirits? It does, doesn't it? Because it's a spirit side.
It's, I believe it's spirit sense. Yeah.
Okay, so this one isn't a spirit?
Yes, it's spirit sense vague. Which just all that means is if there's any ghost within like I don't know 30, 60 feet of me, I'm aware of it, and that's it. I don't have any clue where they are.
Well, Atlas can see that there is exactly one thing through the wall.
Life sentence.
Man, I feel totally outclassed by a damn rat.
This rat is gonna. It's helping.
It's gonna fire in spurts.
I mean, possibly fucking level 8. I take the fucking dedication that lets it actually do stuff in battle.
Ooh.
This magical rat can cast spell in spurts. If he shoots ya, he's casting in spurts. Anyways, onwards to fortune and glory.
Onward.
Show me that spooky tangle. Do I see anything like with perception? I guess
No. You can hear moving around in here, though.
in this room
In this room, specifically right
okay.
here.
Where we already knew weird shit was going on.
Someone's doing stretches apparently.
Mr.
Oh,
Gator,
those are
when you
cool.
breach the corner, you can see the bare ass of an orcish man wearing nothing but a fundoshi and a towel over his left shoulder, doing some stretches, getting ready to get in the pool here, which has water in it, but it's a bunch of old fetid water that has been here for a long time. And since you have a light on you, he turns around.
Is he like a pog in the room?
Yes.
I do not see this pog. Oh, there. Oh, wait, that's not
Not
an orc.
not pictured here because I couldn't find a good example of a ghost orc.
Uh,
They appear to be mostly corporeal, with just a few parts of their body in a ghostly blue. And he turns around and makes a gesture in greeting with his free hand that is not holding the towel, and says, "Oh well, I didn't expect anyone else to be here. It's not like people, fuck around in a rich person's pool that's been abandoned."
no, I suppose not. If I may be so bold to ask, who are you?
You can just call me Ogden.
Right. And I'm Alex. Are you just relaxing then?
Yeah, I'd like to wander around a bit. Decided I'd check out this rich fuck's house I've been hearing about. Doesn't seem that good to me, but at least there's something to like in here.
Hmm. So you haven't been here long?
It's pretty easy to lose track of the time whenever you're like me. And then he gestures towards his one arm that has no corporealness to it at all.
So what is the situation there?
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah.
educator, you have no clue what this is.
Damn.
He just
Oh,
says, well, it's pretty sure it's like being dead. Haven't figured it out yet, though. But I can just fix it by just touching other things and just taking their stuff from them and putting it on me for a little bit. Mostly just,
fascinating.
mostly just stick to whatever animals and shit I can find around. Speaking of which, couldn't convince any of you guys to just give me a little bit of your own stuff. You know what I mean.
My stuff.
Yeah, I can just talk to you and suck away a little of yourself from yourself, and then put it on me.
Ooh, I can't. This form is very expensive.
We usually find a lot of things that we kill. You stuck around, would probably be a whole bunch of parts in due time.
Do they have
Yeah,
to be alive?
I don't know. I don't know if it has to be alive. I never really tried it before on dead things before.
Well, come join us. Maybe you can help,
We'll
and
find
also find
some
some mass for
nasty
you.
gribbly and hold it down, and you can lurp it all up.
We have
I
a
don't
whole
know. That sounds kind of weird to me.
All right,
we
a
found a
little
whole stack of
slurping, not too
skulls.
much.
I don't really know if it like hurts or anything because I do it to animals most of the time. You can't really
Animals can
tell.
express pain.
Can't really tell whenever they hurt that much though.
It's not like they go ow, but they do scream.
But some of them do.
Which ones don't? I guess worms. They wriggle.
Well, there's a bunch of like spiders and scorpions and shit around here that I've been using, so
Interesting.
don't exactly make that much noise. You guys the one that's been shooting guns and stuff around in here, by the way?
That would be us.
Probably.
Seems potential.
Definitely not me.
Well, it sounds like you guys have been going for quite a few hours, somewhat through here. Because I've been hearing those gunshots all day.
Oh, are we disturbing you?
I wouldn't say that. At least I know there's something around to take the attention away from me.
You are fascinating. You don't seem hostile, so I believe we could leave you to it.
You're the first thing that hasn't tried to murder us pretty much since we stepped foot in here, and I'm more than happy to keep it that way.
Yep.
Well, in that case, if if y'all ever need somewhere to just, take a breather, I'd be willing to let you stay here, and then, it's not like I need to sleep or anything. I could just sit and watch while you guys are doing your thing. But if you take too long though, I might have to ask for something to eat, as it were.
Understood. We'll keep that in mind. Is there anything that sticks out with the That's Odd feat?
Is it specifically the room? It's area or object, yeah. Probably not in this room, no.
Roger, Roger.
The only suspicious thing would probably be that the pool still has water in it, but that could be for several reasons.
Maybe it rained.
Never evaporates. All right. Shall we leave our friend to it then?
Right, we'll meet you back up later, maybe.
Yeah, I see no reason to disturb the nude ghost orc.
I suppose we should ask if he's seen Mary.
Probably not a bad idea.
Mr. Ogden, have you seen a small child with a skeleton for a head or a skull for a head? Calls herself Mary.
Was I supposed to?
Um, I don't know. We're looking for her. That's all.
And why are you looking for somebody in a abandoned old mansion like this?
Because we're playing hide and seek.
I think we're looking for a skull.
He's just gonna look at you like you're the weirdest motherfuckers he's ever seen.
I
And
mean, we
then
are.
say, nah, definitely haven't seen any of that around here.
All right.
If anybody around here is an expert on body parts and what body parts are available, you seemed like the right person to ask.
Oh no, you seen me? I'm missing quite a bit of those.
You're clearly keenly invested.
Shall we move on, I guess? Question mark?
Guess so, yeah.
Sounds fine.
Well, I would ask you guys if you wanted to join me in the water, but I think you all have got a lot more to lose walking around in some, I don't know, some dirty shit water.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I remember right, there's like little, tiny little things that live in water sometimes that you just breathe them in or something, and they eat you from the inside out or something like that. I don't know. I never
Par-
really listened to this shit.
parasites?
I guess you could call them that, yeah. Oh man, I can do this. Uh, there you go.
So, um, you want it from all of us, or?
I only selected
What?
one person, I think. So if it did all of you, then all of you can do it, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
I'm being requested to roll a medicine check, which is going to be bad because I lack
Just-
any brain skills.
Same.
I am a jock.
Well,
Wait,
Kuka
should I
and,
act?
Kuka and Atticus definitely got it. He's talking about flesh-eating bacteria.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Man who loves having skin sure does spend a lot of time in a place that makes the skin go away.
Mr.
Yeah, if you
Gator,
wanna.
you also would know flesh-eating bacteria. Flesh-eating amoebas, specifically, I think it is.
Ooh.
A moeba?
Oh, there's both. The amoeba is the one where you breathe it in your nose and then it eats your brain. The flesh-eating one is just your body in general.
Gross.
Right, amiibos.
Ah, yes, I collect those.
Right, let's leave him to it. Time to
By the
find
way,
Mary.
we have to do the very important role of the physical attractiveness of Ogden.
The comeliness roll, that's above average.
He's average.
Yeah. That's 4 above average. Oh wait, there's a plus 25.
That was because he is physically strong.
Strong.
If you are into muscle, he's got it.
I give him a 54 out of 100.
What's that out of 10? 5?
Yeah.
5.
5.4 out of 10.
Decent.
Not if you're a game review.
Okay. If you're an individual game reviewer, I suppose.
If it was a game review, you need to be a 7 out of 10.
This one is rather rough around the edges. He's like got the ghost arm. I
You
find
also,
that quite endearing.
you also need a 7 out of 10 to pass college exams.
C's get degrees.
Yes, C is a 70%.
Yeah. The Philippines, 75 is a passing score. Barely passing.
In
Yeah.
Italy, a 50 is a passing. Or no,
Wow.
30 is a passing.
Really?
It was something like 30.
Yeah, like if you're under 75%, you fail. I'm sorry. But it's 75. Like 74 is still above 50. Math.
I mean, I'm also sitting here thinking about like how a lot of engineering classes, most people don't get above 30, so they have to curve everything and weight it.
That's normal.
Yeah.
It's usually because the fucking professor does absolutely no prep work to make the shit that you're doing on the test even remotely close to possible in the time frame he gave us. Source, I did it. Fuck you. Hard tests don't prove anything. You're
Atticus is
just.
a tech priest engine seer.
I roleplayed that once, also.
Oh.
Source, I've been pharmacy school, and yeah, it's the same fucking problem there.
So wait, are zombies like giant exterior amoebas? Because they eat brains.
They're not single cell organisms.
Well,
They are eukaryotic beings.
Well, I'm pretty sure, can't some eukaryotes be single cell?
Yes. Certain slime
I
molds, I
don't
think.
remember my biology class. Let's go find Mary.
It's because there's a bunch of single cell things that can come together into one thing. to form one big snot blob.
Seen.
What direction would you like to check now?
We were headed left, right? West?
That would be going back to either the foyer or the nursery.
Oh, are we going east then?
Click on the mansion layout tab, guys.
Well, I was looking for like entrances and exits to this area.
Quite literally at the top. Click on the mansion layout tab.
It's loaded.
So right now you guys would be here.
I'm gonna refresh. Oh, there we go.
I hope you can't hear the thunder outside, by the way.
I wouldn't mind. Thunder's quite nice.
Are you just destined to have inclement weather when we play?
Apparently. Then again, it is spring, technically, maybe, soon.
It says
Springtime for Dub.
connection timed out.
Yeah, I think the connection timed out over here as well.
I think I have to restart the entire thing when it does that. So let me switch this first. And then close this. And then start it back up. It is also not even loading now for me.
Oh no.
I am going to try disconnecting and reconnecting to the internet. So this will
Good
Yeah,
luck.